This question is generate binary strings without adjacent zero. So you're given the integer n, and then you want to create a string that doesn't have the adjacent zero, and yeah, return all the values. So in this scenario, like what you should do, you want to take it or not take it. So as the example, you want to take the integer 0 or integer 1. You either take it or not take it. And if you take it, then you can go another path if you want to take 0 again or 1 again. However, you are not supposed to take 0 once you have 0, right? Because they will consider adjacent 0. So for the 1, you can take 0 or 1 again, and then for 0, you can only take 1. So in that scenario, that you will have two possibilities. So what we should do is, when we're doing the recursion, we are trying to make sure the previous integer is 1. If that is possible, then we can have 0 and 1 for the next step. Otherwise, we will have to limit this constraint for only 1, right? So for example, 0 and 1 on the first scenario phase, you can have 1 for 0, 0, 1 for 1, and then you already know that 1 is what? 1 is definitely occurring, right? So we put 1 on the first, we adding appending 1 no matter what, and then we do have the constraint for the 0, right? So let me write down. So we do have like a global variable I'm going to call result. Result equal to new array list, and I'm going to have a dfx. I need a string builder. dfx and sp, and then I need n. So when I check the length of the string builder, if that is equal to the n, then I want to add into the result. So void dfx string builder. Oh, sorry, and then engine, and then the base case is going to be if sp.length is equal to n, and you want to say result.add sp.toString, and then you return. Now we can add directly into, one directly into string builder, and then we do in the traversal sp, dfx, sp, and n. And then when we're doing the add, we can remove the 1, right? So that we can release the spot for others possibility. So the way to remove it is going to be s.setLength and sp.length minus 1. So I will remove it, whatever I just add, and also for the 0 scenario, we can have the 0 scenario on the first index, right? So if sp.length is equal to 0, or the next possible way is the previous character is 1. So if you add 1 over here, and if you want to add 0 afterward, you have to make sure the character before u is 1. Otherwise, it's not possible. So I'm going to say sp.chart add, and then and how I get a previous character is going to be sp.length minus 1. That will equal to 1. So I will do the sp.append 0. I will dfx again, like all this possibility, and then I will do the sp.setLength to remove my 0. That is happen the same for the sp.append 1. So this will be pretty much the solution. So yeah, ideally, like, this is pretty hard to understand, but you want to make sure when you're doing recursive, this is going to be logic. You want to add 1 and doing the conditional to append 0, and for the time and space, since every single index you have 2 possibility you need to consider. So it's going to be 2 to the n, and n represent the length of the the string, right? So it has to be n. I mean, it can also be this. So it's 2 to the 3 for a worst case scenario. So that would be a time, and the space is definitely 2 to the 3 for the worst case. I mean 2 to the n for the worst case. But in general, we don't have 2 to the n for the space because we are not adding the adjacent 0. So I'm going to say like all of n for the space and 2 to the n for the time. So this will be the solution. Alright, see you.